Well, it is the start of another trip, and this is a traffic jam, and that is downtown Atlanta, straight ahead. Just flew in about an hour ago, picked up the rental car, trying to get out of Atlanta. This is the world famous Atlanta traffic. Yeah, this is a 4-day trip around the area. Up first today is Dollywood, and I'm very excited to get back there for the first time in a couple of years. But first, got to endure about a 4-hour drive up there, and there is one stop I want to make along the way. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, this is the start of another trip. Dollywood today, Carowinds tomorrow, then Six Flags Over Georgia. Fun spot. This is going to be a trip. But yeah. First up is the Atlanta traffic. So I gotta sneak in here so I don't exit there. But yeah, so probably about an hour or so to my first stop, which will be a surprise. So stay tuned for that. We got through the Atlanta traffic, and yeah, about 20 miles away from the first stop on this trip. Thought I'd do a quick little story time on how this whole trip developed. So again, Rolo's mastermind behind this. I'm gonna blame him. So it's Dylan's birthday this weekend. My friend Dylan, I think he was in the King's Dominion vlog and maybe a couple of other vlogs around that time. He hasn't been to Six Flags Over Georgia. Okay, so I figured we'll come out here for the weekend. So they booked their flights for tomorrow, I think flying into Charlotte. It'll be Rolo, his wife, and Dylan. I booked a day earlier for Wednesday night because let's turn that down a little bit, because the flight was a heck of a lot cheaper for me. Like, we're talking less than $100, so okay. I'll have an extra day at Six Flags Over Georgia. Great. That's no problem. So flight booked. And then I decided to look and see, Six Flags Over Georgia is not open on weekdays. Duh. I should have thought about that before I booked the flight. Then I thought about it a little bit more. Oh yeah, Dollywood's 4 hours away. Are they open? Yes. Sure enough. So, alright, that made that decision a lot easier. So yeah, that's why I'm heading up to Dollywood here. Day one. I'm going to be meeting Rolo, his wife April, and Dylan tomorrow in Charlotte, and we're going to be doing Carowinds. It's not a full day at Carowinds tomorrow. It's going to be, I think, something like 4 to 10 or some like afternoon hours, so not going to have a whole lot of time in Carowinds. It is their Halloween event going on, Scarowinds, but well, my number one coaster is in that park, Fury 325. It's going to be hard to pry me off of that. But I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what we can get in. Anyway, back to Dollywood. Looks like it'll probably be about a 12:30 arrival-ish, which is fine. They opened at 10, so I'm definitely a few hours late, but, you know, can't help that. Yeah, especially with this one stop. But I'm fine getting there at 12:30, and they're open until 9 o'clock tonight, so still get some hours in, and hopefully it'll be a pretty quiet day, so I can get plenty of rides in and check out the park. So stay tuned. Stop number 1 coming up in 20 minutes for me, and it'll be right now for you. And here is stop number 1 for the trip. It is Buc-ee's. We've got an old friend over here. I'm gonna go say hi. Alright, goodbye Buc-ee's, Calhoun. Beaver nuggets obtained. Let's go to Dollywood. 12:30 is the ETA currently. No more stops. Maybe go to the bathroom, we'll see. Since I have left your home, the sudden fears left me trembling. Pay attention to the cracked streets and the broken homes. Some call it slums, some call it nights. Welcome to paradise. Another action snaps and left dead on his own. It makes me wonder why I'm still here. some strange reason, it's now feeling like my own. Pay attention to the cracked streets and the broken homes. Some call it slum, some call it nice. I wanna take you through a wasteland I like to call my own. Welcome to paradise. Any Green Day fans out there? Do I sound like Billy Joe? Probably not. But I tried. Timothy, can you hear me laughing? For some strange reason, it's now feeling like my own. And I'm never gonna go. Pay attention to the cracked streets and the broken homes. Some call it slum, some call it nice. I wanna take you through a wasteland I like to call my own. Welcome to paradise. Alright, that's enough Green Day karaoke. Dollywood! It is 12:30. Waze did well in the estimate. So because I'm here, about 2.5 hours late, kind of do the, I'll skip the normal intro in the car and kind of do this intro here as I head on in. Just to try and maximize the amount of time I have today. Yeah, there's 10 roller coasters here. I'll probably be riding most of them if they're open. I remember there's at least like 2 kind of kiddie coasters that I might skip. But yeah, excited to get back on lightningrod, check it out. Last time I was on it, it was the last month for the launch up the lift hill. Now it's a chain lift hill, so we'll see how much neutered it is. Yeah, I'm excited to get back on Thunderhead too. I remember that being a very, very, very good GCI, one of the best. They really take care of it here, and it's a very solid layout too. wildeagle, B&M wing coaster as well. Tennesseetornado, Arrow Looper, mysterymine, Gerstlauer, Eurofighter, and I want to do some of the staples as well, like the Dollywood Express. I want to check out the Dolly Parton experience. It's like the museum that was not open here last time I was here, so I'll be checking that out for the first time. And of course, got to get some cinnamon bread too. Grist Mill. It's really the iconic place to get it from. So yeah, let's head on in to Dollywood. I asked if it was busy. He said, kind of. It doesn't look busy, but I mean, I've never been here 2.5 hours after park open. Usually I'm here either at rope drop or the last few hours of the day when I had a season pass a few years ago. Let's see, okay. So yeah, I'll be taking the tram in. Let's see if I can find a spot somewhat close to the tram. Maybe it is fairly busy today. We'll just do a pull through. The tram station, tram stop is right up there. Alright, let's head on into Dollywood. Alright, first ride of the day, and it is the tram. Just pulled up. Let's use that to go to the front of the park. Ridden this many, many times. I had a season pass a couple of years ago, as I mentioned. I spent pretty much an entire week here, as well as a few other visits throughout the year. Just couldn't help myself. Love this park. It's great to be back. Weather is nice. A little warm, but not bad at all. Let's have a good day. Let's have some good rides. And I'll probably head to lightningrod first, and we'll see how long the line is for it. I might decide to get a Trailblazer, the skip the line thing. We'll just have to see how long the line is, and if it's probably more than like 20-25 minutes or so, then yeah, maybe I'll see if I can get a Trailblazer. Otherwise, if it's not long of a line, yeah, no Trailblazer needed, and just stick to the regular lines all day. We'll just have to see. Not really sure. It's hard to judge how crowded it is. Alright, So come to think of it, I do remember being here on a pretty busy day and seeing Lot D and mostly full and Lot C full. So the fact that I parked in Lot C kind of tells me that, yeah, it's a pretty quiet day here at Dollywood. So yeah, hopefully I can get plenty of rides in without having to spend the extra money for the skip the line. So let's head on in to Dollywood. Ah, yes, I remember where to go. Alright, and we are in. Turned right at the entrance. Greeted by Spotlight Bakery here. So I believe you can get cinnamon bread there as well. There's a few other locations throughout the park, like I think Granny's. I gotta get it from the grist mill. I mean, that's the iconic one. But I'll be doing that later, of course. Gonna get in some rides first. Headed towards Lightningrod as my first coaster of the day. Beautiful decorations here too. There's the Fall Harvest Festival, I believe. And yeah, there's gonna be a lot of lights tonight too, so I'm gonna be checking those out in the evening. In between rides, of course. But yeah, let's head to Lightningrod first. And here's the Dolly Parton experience. This was closed the last time I was here for refurbishment or renovation. I'm not sure what it was, but there was a bunch of walls up here, and it was all under construction during my last visit. So definitely have to check this out a little bit later. Let's get through some rides first. Dolly's tour bus here. You can go inside and take a tour of the tour bus. I promise you I am heading towards Lightningrod. It's just a lot of stuff on the way. Theater here, where there's a very good show from what I remember. I definitely want to check that out as well. If I have time, of course. Lightningrod's down this street though. Ah, Lightningrod. This is a RMC built in 2016. It was the world's first, I think only, launched wooden coaster at the time. Had so many issues with it that yeah, they had to mix the wooden track for RMC steel iBox track, I believe, in 2020. And yeah, there was a launch last time I was here that still existed going up the lift hill. But yeah, they got rid of that, I think, last year, so it's now just a chain lift hill. So it's definitely been neutered since it first opened, but it's definitely to help out with reliability. So completely understand that. Unfortunately, that might mean that there might be a coaster that I think is better in this park. I'll just have to see how that's riding in a little bit. But first, let's have a ride, or maybe two, on Lightningrod, because it looks like there's really not much of a line. And by not much of a line, I mean it's a walk-on, so, oh, practically a walk-on. So let's have a couple rides on Lightningrod while I'm here. had 2 rides there on Lightningrod Row 2 and Row 3. Yeah, I mean, with the lift hill. Not as great as it used to be, of course. Still some sections that are wooden. You can definitely feel it. So it's not all iBox track. But airtime on that outer bank is very good, especially on the right side. This is still a solid ride, but I don't know. We'll have to see if certain GCI wooden coaster is better. So that's coming up next, Thunderhead. All the decorations for the fall. Got great pumpkin LumiNights. Can't wait to see what that looks like at night, as well as the rest of the park. Heading to the other side of the park for a ride on Thunderhead. And I'll probably just kind of loop around the park. So these are the top 2 rides, in my opinion, at least the last time I was here. Yeah, just gonna work my way around the park after kind of backtracking here a little bit. So to the left of the main entrance is where you pick up your time saver pass. Not needed today, thank goodness. Yeah, Lightningrod was on 1 train, but still pretty much a walk-on. So obviously they don't need to run more than 1 train. This was just announced literally yesterday. Of course, when this vlog comes out, it will have been probably months ago. Night Flight Expedition, yeah, it looks to be a very ambitious ride, that's for sure. Should be their 11th roller coaster, I think. And yeah, it mixes roller coaster elements with like a rapids ride, a boat ride, dark ride, 5-minute ride experience. Can't wait to see how that turns out. So probably will be back next year. I like it around this time of year too, because I love it here in the fall. Of course, I think the ride's probably gonna open in spring. That'll give it plenty of time to work out the kinks and hopefully be good to go in October, next time I'm here. Next year, September, October. Just love the pumpkin decorations here all throughout the park. Headed up towards Thunderhead. I just heard it. I don't know if you could hear it go by, but yeah, that'll be the next coaster. Plenty of decorations. They really do a great job here. Just love it in Pigeonforge this time of year. It's probably the best time to go, in my opinion. Alright, time for the next coaster. For a little bit of a hike. Thunderhead GCI wooden coaster, opened 2004. And they take such great care of this ride. Every time I'm here, I see like something new being retracked or has been retracked. And it was running extremely well the last time I was here. Let's see how she's running today. It's a ride on Thunderhead. Let's go for a front row ride on an empty, mostly empty Thunderhead. Front row ride on Thunderhead. That is just as incredible, if not even better, than I remember last month I was at Valley Fair riding Renegade. If you haven't watched that vlog, check it out. I think I declared that one probably the best GCI. I think this one stole it back. Thunderhead is so good, just packed with airtime. Smooth, comfortable, of course. They take very good care of it, not bumpy at all in any sections. Laterals are fantastic. And running 2 trains today, so I'm going back around for probably a couple more rides. That's what's coming up next. A few more rides on Thunderhead. Probably back row, maybe another front row. We'll see. Had 3 more rides on the best coaster in the park, Thunderhead. 2 more back row rides and a front row ride. And yeah, I prefer it over lightningrod, especially since lightningrod doesn't have the launch anymore, although it didn't make that much of a difference. I don't know, I always kind of thought Thunderhead was a little bit better than lightningrod anyway, and this session here just confirmed it for sure. Yeah, just amazing ride. Now, there's no standout floater airtime hill like you get on, like, say, Troy at Toverland in the Netherlands, but it's just a solid ride all throughout. It's like just action-packed with airtime and laterals all the way through. It's just one element after another, and it is hauling today. It's pretty warm out, so that leads me to my next point, and that's I'm gonna take a hydration break, grab something to drink before continuing on with the rest of the coasters. I'm definitely gonna have to come back for a night ride on Thunderhead. That's something I did not do the last time I was here. Instead, I focused on lightningrod and had many nighttime rides on that the last time. So I definitely need to have a ride on Thunderhead later on today in the evening. But for now, as I said, hydration, and we'll continue on. I also pointed out on those two back row rides, the show building for a night flight expedition. It's over back behind bigbearmountain. And yeah, it looks like a massive show building. So yeah, I'm very interested to see how that turns out. This is probably the next coaster, mysterymine. But I'm still gonna grab something to drink first. All right, drink break is over. It's time for Gerslauer Eurofighter mysterymine. Gotta keep my boots on. Let's have a ride. Just had a front row ride on mysterymine. Yeah, it's a solid Gerslauer Eurofighter. It's certainly not, it's far from the worst. It's not the best, but I'd say it is probably the best theme. There's a section of track that was removed. It was considered to be too rough. Let me see if I can show it here. There's like a overbank turn here. See it in a second. It was removed in 2021 because it was considered too rough. Would have liked to have tried it at least. My first visit was after that was removed. The first section here is just okay, just kind of meanders a bit. I feel like it would have been better with the overbank, but if it's too rough, then sure. I would agree with it being removed. But yeah, overall it's a solid Gerslauer Eurofighter. I would still take Untamed, the one that I rode last month at Canopy Lake. But yeah, I would take this over plenty of other Eurofighters like Daredevil Die, for example, and Funk Bob at Mall of America. I still don't like the bulky over-the-shoulder restraints. Not a fan of those on these. Otherwise, it's still a pretty fun ride. I'm gonna head in this direction towards Wildwood Grove next to have a ride on Big Bear Mountain, which is currently the newest coaster here at Dollywood, at least for one more year until this. Alright, entering Wildwood Grove, which is the newest area to the park, opened in 2019. Has two coasters right now. There's Dragonfly, which is a Vekoma family suspended coaster, which I've already ridden. Don't particularly care to ride it again. And the other coaster here at Wildwood Grove, other than Dragonflyer, is the newest one that opened up 2 years ago, 2023. That's this orange track right here. It's a Vekoma family launch coaster called Big Bear Mountain. I rode this a couple times opening year. I remember it being very fun, very well themed. Nice audio track on board. Not particularly thrilling, but it being in the family area, it doesn't necessarily have to be. Let's have a ride on this coaster, Big Bear Mountain. For a ride on Big Bear Mountain, Vekoma family launch coaster. It's okay, at least in the front row. You see the show building here for the ride next year, Night Flight Expedition. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back around for a back row ride because really on the front, all you really feel is the launch, of course, and just the snappy transitions. And it's a smooth and comfortable ride, of course. No onboard audio either. Maybe it's just because it's towards the end of the season, I guess. That, I'll just have to repair for next year. I know there's a speaker, and I'm pretty sure there was onboard audio the last time I rode it. My memory's not that bad. Just not a thing anyway. I'm gonna go back around for a back row ride next and see if I can actually feel some airtime on this.
Hello everyone, Ned Oakley here. Now let's go find Big Bear. Hang on, we're gonna...
Alright, that was more like it. Got another front row ride on Big Bear Mountain. And yeah, we had onboard audio that time, so maybe it was just a particular train I was on before. So we're running 2 trains. That is a massive show building. I'd like to see how that looks, how that comes out. Night Flight Expedition, of course, I'm referring to the big show building back there. It's being built for next year. I've only mentioned it, I don't know, about 100 times in this vlog already. Probably mentioned it a few more times too. I guess I don't necessarily need a back row ride on this. 2 front rows, good enough for me. I'm gonna continue on. I think Wild Eagle is the next coaster, B&M Wing coaster. You can kind of see it peeking through there. There's also FireChaser Express and Tennessee Tornado in that area. So those 3 coasters will be coming up next. There's the other coaster that I mentioned, the green one there, that's Dragonflyer. Tacoma Family Suspended Coaster. I have, I think, 1 or 2 rides on that total. I'm good, don't need to ride that again today. So we're gonna continue on. I think Wild Eagle is next, so I'm gonna head in that direction. Cannot stress how much I love coming here this time of year. This is a Thursday in September and it is super quiet. And of course they have all the decorations out for LumiNights. Yeah, Harvest Festival, the October event. So yeah, I think honestly this is the perfect time to come here to this park. Obviously it's still pretty warm out, it's not cold. Weather I think is great, and crowds, yeah, I'm loving it. This coaster, Wild Eagle, next. All the pumpkins. I'm definitely gonna have to walk through here at night. How about the first B&M of this trip? Wild Eagle. B&M Wing Coaster, Wild Eagle. Let's have a ride. That theme song got stuck in my head for like the rest of the day when I came through here last time. It is catchy, I guess. Let's go for a left side ride on Wild Eagle. So just had two back-to-back rides on front row on Wild Eagle, one on each side, outer seat. Of course, outer seat for me because I like to kick my feet out, and the inner seats have those bars to them. But yeah, Wild Eagle, it's a great ride. I love it. I love all B&M wing coasters, to be honest. Even the one that shook me up, Rapterra, still enjoyable. I know a lot of enthusiasts probably call this Mild Eagle. I would not. I would disagree with that assessment. I think it is a great ride, and that first drop's fantastic. Good airtime pops too throughout the ride, and inversions are great. And I just think it's an overall fantastic ride. I think I'm gonna go back around for a back row ride once it reopens. Looks like they were just sending my train out as a test train again. There was a little bit of a delay on the brake run. Speaking of the brake run, as I always do out of habit, whenever nobody's riding with me on a B&M like that, I always unbuckle the seat next to me. So I did that on the brake run. With there being hardly anybody else on the ride, it just made a loud clanking noise when the belt hit the seat, and I was like, oops, sorry, you didn't make that much noise. So that was pretty funny. I'm gonna head on up to FireChaser Express. Hopefully Wild Eagle will be back up and running shortly, but FireChaser Express is up next. Alright, time for a well-themed Ghost Vinyl family coaster, FireChaser Express. I love the theming and the backstory on this. It's basically a group of firefighters, volunteer firefighters that are fighting the fire in the Smoky Mountains that was caused by fireworks. And we'll see some of that on the ride here. I think it's a great family ride, and I would prefer it over Pegasus Express at Park Asterix, which is a very similar Gerstlauer family coaster. And so yeah, it's definitely well themed and it's a fun ride. So let's have a ride on this FireChaser Express. Front row on FireChaser Express. Yeah, it's a solid ride. Good for all ages, I think. Very well themed. The fireworks section can be a little scary for young ones, but yeah, otherwise it's still a great ride. The forceful launch there out of the fireworks area too. Had to put my hands down. I had no idea where I was going. But I do love it. I'm gonna continue on back to Wild Eagle for maybe one or two more rides, and then I think Tennessee Tornadoes after that. And then Blazingfury, a dark ride / coaster, which I do love. So that's coming up. Alright, so Wild Eagle is still down. I guess I probably broke it. So instead, how about an Aero Looper? Tennessee Tornado. Opened in 1999, I believe, and I believe due to Aerodynamics bankruptcy, which is who built the ride, they had to shorten the ride significantly because they ran out of money. So yeah, that's an interesting fact. Still a great ride. It's just a little on the shorter side for an Aero Looper, but of course, just like pretty much every other ride here at Dollywood, just fantastic scenery. And there's the facts. Let's have a ride on Tennessee Tornado. Nice. Tennessee Tornado Aero Looping Coaster. You go flying into that brake run. Short but sweet. Doesn't beat me up as much as Viper does at Magic Mountain. That's all I can ask out of Aero Loopers. Still appreciate them for what they are. And that was a good ride. So cannot complain about that. One more major coaster left to do, and that is Blazing Fury. So I'm gonna head in that direction next. Maybe another ride on this later. We'll see. I cannot wait to see what this looks like at night. Stay tuned towards the end of the vlog. Alright, time for the last major coaster here, and that is Blazing Fury. Opened in 1978, I believe, and was built by Dollywood. Built in-house, inspired by Fire in the Hole at Silver Dollar City, which has since been revamped by Rocky Mountain Construction. I have a week back. That's what I remember from this ride. I think that was this one. I'm pretty sure. Anyways, let's have a ride on Blazing Fury.
Uncle Man. I want to kiss on you, too.
Ken, it looks like you been skipping that speed train.
I'm looking for a light. So far we're a ride on blazingfury, and yes, this was the correct one that I remember with the I had a week back on. Cracks me up. I'm gonna go back around for another ride on blazingfury because I do very much enjoy this ride. I'm not gonna do a second POV because I couldn't see much of anything on the first one anyway. But I'll do a second ride on that, and I think that's it for the major coasters here at Dollywood. It's time to enjoy the rest of the park and probably get some more re-rides in later on. So that's what's coming up next. No school today. Everybody's riding roller coasters. Always love walking through Craftsman's Valley because you've got the eagles over here. They also have shows involving them throughout the day. Nothing going on right now though. Way back there. And there's a bunch of them up here. I don't know how I missed that before. I like their B&M wing coaster too. Although these technically aren't wild, I guess. I don't know. They are eagles. Always have to stop by and say hi to the eagles when I'm here. I'm gonna continue on. I think Gristmill's next, if I remember correctly. I'm gonna keep heading in this direction, past this big pumpkin statue looking thingy. Whatever it is, I'm gonna take a look at that. My guess is an owl. Let's see. Yeah, that's what it looks like. This is gonna look great at night. Looks like something's about to happen over here at the church. It's not Sunday, it's Thursday. Maybe some sort of show, I guess. We'll go check out the blacksmith too. Let's go walking through Craftsman's Valley. It's a beautiful section of the park. There's just no coasters over here. But hey, I did them all, right? It's time to check out the rest of the park. Blacksmiths. It's usually what I am in RPGs, is a blacksmith. Continuing on.
He fixed my tongue so I could say, praise God, I'm satisfied, satisfied, oh, satisfied, yes. Said he would be my comfort, said he would be my guide. Well, I looked at my hands look new. I looked at my feet, they did too. Ever since that wonderful day, my soul's been satisfied.
Barnstormer, is that an SMS Scream and Swing? I can't remember. I think I've ridden one here. I think I see it. Yes. Totally forgot that was here. done giant barn swing many times at Silver Dollar City, of course, and many other SNS screaming swings, so might as well have a ride on Barnstormer while I'm here. Then I think maybe Dollywood Express after that. I really did forget this was tucked away back here. I think I've only ridden it once, and that was on my first visit. Yeah, let's have a ride on the Barnstormer. SNS screaming swing. Enjoyable ride on the Barnstormer SNS Scream and Swing. You guys know the drill. Love these. Just a big swing. That's all it is. Yeah, it's a little bit of a shorter cycle there than I've seen on most of them, but yeah, I still love them. Still love these rides. So up next, I'm gonna head on over to the Dollywood Express if I can remember the way out of here. I think it's down this way. Yeah, Dollywood Express up next, and then see if there's a few other fly rides I might want to ride, and maybe grab some dinner at I think Granny's is what it was called last time I was here. I ate there. It's a very, very good meal, so I do that, and then follow that up with probably some cinnamon bread from the grist mill. Oh, I'll be back. The iconic grist mill. Yeah. Always have to get cinnamon bread from here. Especially since I didn't get some at Kentucky Kingdom earlier in the year, which also has the cinnamon bread. I can't pass it up today. But not right now. I'm gonna have dinner first. But first, before that, how about a train ride? This is another good place to eat from what I remember is Millhouse Restaurant. Also does have Granny's Chicken here as well, so might eat here after the Dollywood Express. I'm not decided yet, but I'm gonna keep heading in that direction. Keep getting distracted. Alright, I found it. Dollywood Express. So let's have a ride on this classic and go all around the park. I'll be back. Can you guess what this is? It's gonna look totally different next year.
launched and purchased by people looking to the themepark named the Railroad. Later changed names to Dolly Express.
Wild Eagle. Looks like it's running again.
In flight, the Smokies are a never-ending song, and it changes with each season and with each winter vibes. Well, folks, we reached the top of Iron Mountain, and we're about to head around our upper loop. And you're going to get a chance to see those great Smoky Mountains off the distance as we round this loop. They'll be over on your left-hand side above the tree line. If you want to take some pictures and videos and things, that's fine and dandy, but please make sure you hang on to all of your personal belongings, because it's time to blow that whistle of his real loud and long. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Blow the whistle.
And back here we got the country fair section of the park. Got a carousel here. Did see a wave swinger, a scrambler, a Dumbo ride, and a teacups ride. All, as Rollo would call them, BS flat rides. But I would still ride them. Just starting to run a little short on time today, and there's still some more things I want to do. Gonna get some dinner here at the Mill House first, and then cinnamon bread at the grist mill. And we'll go check out the Dolly Parton experience if that is still open. Hopefully it is. Check that out, and then maybe a ride on lightningrod. We'll see if there's time. That is the plan for now. And that was a lovely ride on the Dollywood Express, as always. I always have to have a ride on that at least once every visit. We've got a nice look at the show building for the new ride, Night Flight Expedition. There, I said it again. I'm heading back to the Mill House, then the grist mill, and we'll check in after that. I had a delicious dinner at the Mill House, and then cinnamon bread at the grist mill. Got a water queen here. So I'm heading towards the Dolly Parton experience. There's the Aunt Granny's restaurant here. Oh, the river. That's cool. Speaking of rivers, a rapids ride over here, which I will pass on. It was warm today. It's definitely cooled off right now. The weather is absolutely perfect at this point. I actually kind of want to ride on lightningrod first. I do want to check out the museum since I've never been in there before. It was never open. This is the first time I've seen it open, so I'm going to head in that direction. Past lightningrod for now. There are QR codes that I want to look for. Let's see if I can find one. This is the Dolly Parton experience. found one of the QR codes, but it doesn't seem to be giving me credit for it. Wow. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be giving me credit in the app, unfortunately, but there's a second one. Third one. And David Letterman. She has style, that's for sure. Number 4. A lot of awards. Number 5. And the last one. Got all 6. Where do I win? That's a lot. So that was a nice little walkthrough experience, Dolly Parton experience. Did find all 6 QR codes. At least it's 0 out of 6 for me, because for some reason it didn't link up, but whatever. Maybe it just didn't work for me, and I don't know. I'm just gonna continue back on to another ride of lightningrod before it gets dark here. Then once it does get dark, I think I'm gonna walk the park a little bit. I might stop for a ride on wildeagle and finish up with a ride on Thunderhead, and I'll check out all the lights in the park. But for now, lightningrod is next. I'm back for more RMC craziness. Lightningrod. I'll take that any day. Alright, so just got 3 more rides on Lightning Rod. Row 9, row 10, row 11. Row 9 was the last one at night here. So all near the back. That's a pretty crazy ride in the back. The quad down. That's no joke. Quad down at the end of the ride there. It's making some noises, this ride. I don't know if it needs some retracking or what. Hopefully it holds up. Still think it's the second best in the park, now behind Thunderhead. I'm gonna walk the park now, check out the lights, and maybe have a ride on Wild Eagle and a ride on Thunderhead to finish things up. I have about, I think, 45 minutes or so until the park closes. So let's check out the lights throughout the park. This is gorgeous. I hear something I didn't check out earlier. Tennessee Mountain Home. It's where Dolly grew up, at least for replica anyway. So take a look. Yes, replica. Very cozy. Owl lit up, just like I promised. Looks even better at night. Walk through Craftsman's Valley at night definitely did not disappoint. Slowly, I made my way back to Wild Eagle. So let's have a night ride on this Wild Eagle. Back row, left side, outer seat, that is where it is at. That is the best ride I've had on Wild Eagle. That was excellent. Pitch black in the night. Can't really see, I'm sure you couldn't see much of anything in the POV, probably just coaster noises, but I certainly enjoyed it. And yeah, that is a solid B&M wing coaster. I'm gonna continue on. Have about, I think, 20 minutes or so left. I'm gonna check out the lights on the way to, hopefully, last ride of the night, Thunderhead. side of Mystery Mine looks spooky. Drop tower. Not enough time. Alright, made it back to Thunderhead. Let's have one more ride on the best coaster in the park. You guys fight me on it. Coaster noises. I'll enjoy the ride. Wow, back row at night on Thunderhead, that is an experience. Probably the best night ride I've had in this park. Better than lightningrod. I still have 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I'm gonna go back for one more ride. I just can't help myself. That was just unhinged. Not seeing where you're going. Oh my, I was getting tossed around like a rag doll. In a good way though, because those seats are padded and comfortable, and oh, it's just an amazing ride. I love Thunderhead. Let's go for one more night ride. More coaster noises. I'll try to keep the edit short anyway. Row 10 on Thunderhead to finish things off for the night. That is a phenomenal night ride. Cannot stress that enough. Thunderhead is my favorite in the park. I mean, yes, the quad down lightningrod is fantastic as well, but just Thunderhead is just a fantastic all-around ride. So much airtime on it. Like I said earlier, not one huge standout airtime hill, but it's just a lot of solid airtime hills scattered all throughout the ride. I'm gonna enjoy the lights on the way out here and show you guys some of it as well. Just gonna walk through the tunnel of lights to kind of wrap things up here. Day one at Dollywood, and day one of this trip at Dollywood anyway. Only day that I'm here at this park, but yeah, just a fantastic day all around. Did every coaster many times. Did pretty much everything I wanted to. Just a fantastic day. Got some cinnamon bread, good meals, good food. Got the Dollywood Express train ride in. And got to check out the museum for the first time as well, Dolly Parton experience. And got to check out the wonderful lights here at night. I'm excited already to come back next year to check out the new night flight expedition. I might be back in the fall, I'm guessing. We'll just have to see. That'll wrap things up here from day one of this trip. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. As always, sticking around to the very end club. Up next in the next vlog is going to be Carowinds, and actually I'm starting off tomorrow in Pigeonforge. Gonna be doing a couple mountain coasters around the area, and then heading off to Fury 325 at Carowinds. Oh yeah, and there's some other coasters there too, and there's this Halloween event as well, but I'm there for Fury, let's be honest. Park hours I think are like, I want to say 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. until I think 10 p.m. So evening hours, that'll give me some time to chill out here in Pigeonforge. Do some rides in the next vlog for you guys, do some mountain coasters, including 2 new ones for me. So stay tuned for that in the next vlog. So with that, signing off from Dollywood, day one of this trip. Take care, guys. Oh yeah, and one final thing. You guys tell me, best coaster in the park? Thunderhead? Yes? You guys agree, right? If you disagree, feel free to let me know. I was gonna check out the merch, but we exit through the gift shop anyway, so yeah, I'll check it out regardless. We have gas prices under $3. Welcome to anywhere but California.